everybody, this is Gary dealing with Sentiment Timing. This is actually an additional free video that we're putting out tonight. I put one out last night, and I had warned, be careful on the short side. There was a pending rally that was due, and it was for, a number of reasons why, I had said that. And again, this isn't about saying, oh, okay, we were right, because we're going to be wrong here and there. But it's more about, was it safe to be looking on the short side like the majority was, or is it safe to be buying right now after today's rally? So I figured that I would send this out and give you guys a little walkthrough how everything works. So the expectations for the rally was, this is the email we sent you guys. I sent it to you on Friday, and I also sent it to you on Monday, and it was the 3% bullish reading as well as the 1% that was on Monday. So we knew that the herd was all turned from extreme bullish when we were at the top to extreme bearish when we were, having those tough days. So it was telling us that it just happened very quick and it was fast. Now, the thing is that we didn't really have any technical time dates that were set for last week. So we went off of, remember, the formula to all this is time, sentiment, and price. That's what what I basically go over on everything. So we didn't have any technical timing, but we had sentiment that was extremely bearish, meaning, everybody's looking for downside, and we had a technical reasons for looking for a long side trade as well. So just real quick, at Sentiment Timing, we believe that human beings in the markets are irrational, and there's always going to be an irrational element at work, and that's to create market opportunities. Now, we find these through Woody Dorsey's proprietary sentiment database, as well as his sentiment timing technical dates that project when to expect the turns. So, as I said, we didn't have a technical turn date last week, or even going into this week, but we knew that we had sentiment that was in the capitulation phase, and we knew when going into the third, which was a technical turn date into that area, that we had the euphoria, so it wasn't safe to buy. And again, we based that off of the sentiment. So this was when we had the big ramp up off the lows. Again, we had sentiment that was very low, and even though it extended higher and it went through some technical turn dates that we were looking for, the markets do this. But did it mean that it was safe to buy up here? No. It wasn't fun being short. But the thing is, it ended up working out in a direction, but it was just frustrating because time-wise it was brutal because the markets never went down. So they ignore these technical turn dates, they ignore sentiment sometimes, and we are going to get that where it's not going to be 100% right. But it will also tell you that we had sentiment that was very high. We had technicals on the regular technical aspects giving divergences. So this wasn't safe to be buying here. And again, everybody was giving you the 2150, 2200 target. Then when we broke, everybody got bearish, and you can tell that by the sentiment here. So what I want to show you is, so we didn't have a technical turn date going into here, but we had the low sentiment, and if you just go to the technicals, this was the 38% retracement, and that was going off of the big rally that we had into the highs here, and we had support. And again, this line has been here for a very long time as far as support, as well as a 38% retracement. And remember, very bearish, very bearish. We had everybody turned on the markets because we took out these lows here, and this was the opportunity to possibly get long. I took a long position. It was small. I covered mine today, and the reason why I did was I actually have my options expire on Friday. So I didn't want to risk anything. We got long right about here, closed them right here. And the technical pattern that could be in play is this could be an ABC. And what this yellow box is, excuse me, is just the distance, the time and distance from this low to this high, and then all I did is just move it here. So it's giving you a projection that we could head to 2095, and this has actually been a wolf wave target that I've been pointing out since we were down here. So we're getting close to targets, and I just decided to, to close my trades. Now, we'll get a sentiment reading tomorrow to find out, did everybody get all bullish again? We already know when to expect the top. And what we're really going to do is just figure out where price will be. And it's a neutral type place right now. Yes, we definitely could head higher. If it does, then what we are in is 1, 2, 3, 4 at the 38% retracement, and we're going to make a 5, and maybe we get above these highs, maybe we don't, but again, we're going to know when it's not going to be safe to be long. And once that happens, everybody's going to be all bullish again, most likely on the sentiment. And when that happens, everybody that believes that we're heading to this next target, you're going to see the rug pulled out. And that's, again, knowing when to when to expect these moves is a big piece in controlling your emotions. Sentiment, it gives you an idea how everybody looking up. And then price gives you the technical aspect as far as where to look. Are we having divergences? So right now, real quick, we have a little bit of a bearish divergence on a 60-minute chart. There's some resistance right here. There's resistance up at this the 2095 level. So those are targets. Is it going to reverse there? I don't know. We're going to know as we close in on those dates. We're going to know as we get near to find out what sentiment is. And if things start to turn, then, maybe you take a short position. But I'm not doing that ahead of, what's going on right now because this was anticipated. So on the 15-minute chart, I showed you last night that this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're making a 5, and I actually gave you last night 2079 as a target. So if it, obviously we broke above it, could the 5 extend to 2095? Absolutely. I'm not going to guess where this is going to end. It could go, we could take out the previous highs, we may not. But again, once we start seeing sentiment getting very extreme, once we start seeing that the our technical turn date, which would, when that's approaching, and if we start seeing technical divergences, then we're going to be looking to short. Until then, just stay cash. And this is the trade that I took on, I just entered them on Friday. So my total investment, I just bought 10 contracts. It was $1,900. And I made a total profit of $1,879. So it was a great trade. Are they all going to work out like that? No. I've been caught on the wrong side here and there. It's not fun, but it's going to happen. But you get these ones that work out great. And, that's what happens. And the big part of it is being patient. And, I wasn't patient in the beginning of October. Got more patient towards the end. Those worked out. This worked out. And it's really just following what everybody is doing. Are they in the euphoria phase? Are they in the depression phase? Do we have a technical turn time? Do we have technical analysis that are supporting a drop or a run? And that's where you take the trade. So, again, I think we have 2 spots open for the 50% off. That automatically changes. We don't do anything. So if you go to it and you can't sign on for the coupon, it's because it's expired and they're all there. Just go through the normal sign-up process. But we're still giving the free Markets Path membership away. So with that, have a great night, and we'll talk to you guys next week.